Happy Friday, everyone! Stella Chung filling in for Akeem, and on today's Entertainment Fix, Henry Cavill may not be Superman, but he's leading the charge in a Warhammer 40k adaptation. Ash Ketchum is passing the torch to a new Pokemon protagonist in the next anime series, and a Death Stranding movie is in the works with Hideo Kojima heavily involved. Let's do this! One of the biggest developments this week was that Henry Cavill will not be returning as Superman, as James Gunn's plans for the DC Universe involve a younger Clark Kent. But it sounds like there's a happy ending after all. Cavill will be swapping the red cape for some blue power armor and is acting as executive producer for Amazon Studios' adaptation of the Warhammer 40k universe. Announced via the Warhammer community website this morning, Amazon Studios has secured the rights to adapt the universe of the popular tabletop game across a range of series and shows. There are no specific projects announced quite yet, but Henry Cavill is a huge and vocal Warhammer fan and told IGN last year that given the chance, he'd love to play a Primarch or Captain General if a 40k adaptation were to happen. Cavill is also a huge Witcher fan, and while the Netflix series had its issues, his performance as Geralt was definitely not one of them. So we're dying to see what happens when he brings his passion for Warhammer to the screen. For a quarter of a century, Ash Ketchum has been the most iconic non-Pokemon Pokemon character, and his journey to be a master has been chronicled over the course of more than 1,000 episodes of the anime. But in the upcoming series, Ash and Pikachu will be stepping out of the spotlight so two new protagonists can embark on their own quest to catch them all. The next series will star dual protagonists named Laiko and Roy in the Japanese versions anyway, and will feature the latest generation starters Pokemon Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. It's unclear what role, if any, Ash and Pikachu will play moving forward, but they're getting a proper send-off leading to the finale of the current show, Pokemon Ultimate Journeys, the series. And some old friends are expected to show up, like Misty and Brock. The next series premieres sometime next year, so we'll keep you posted as we hear more. Finally, game designer Hideo Kojima has made no secret of his love of cinema, and the number of cutscenes in his games has had some critics wishing he'd just work on movies instead. And now, it looks like that might just happen. A Death Stranding feature film is in the works. Deadline reported yesterday that Hammerstone Studios, the company behind the recent horror film Barbarian, would be financing the production, which would be happening with direct involvement from Kojima Productions. No actual details about the film itself were given, other than it would introduce new elements and characters within the Death Stranding universe. Currently, there's no one attached to star, but the first game was already a star-studded affair, featuring performances from Norman Reedus, Lea Seydoux, and Mads Mikkelsen, as well as CGI renditions of filmmakers Guillermo del Toro and Nicholas Winding Refn. Also, Conan O'Brien plays a hologram of a cosplayer. Look, it's a really weird game. Outside of the movie, the Death Stranding universe is already expanding in the form of a sequel, which was revealed during the Game Awards. Games typically take a lot longer to make than movies, so it'll be interesting to see which of these projects sees the light of day first. Which of these stories sound best to you? Henry Cavill doing some big budget 40k LARPing? Kojima developing something that's 100% cutscenes? Or Ash and Pikachu getting some much deserved R&R? Let us know in the comments. As always, remember to follow IGN wherever you get your news. See you next time.